Hey gaming fans, so today I got another Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile, and this is another fun deck. This is Aquaactress. Yeah, so it's about these little fish guys, and they're all aqua monsters, so it kind of focuses around the aqua well, I guess it's a creature type. But anyways, yeah, let's get to the deck and I'll explain my choices. So for the monsters, we have 3 Aquaactress Tetra. So this one is this one's pretty much the one you want to always open with. Once per turn, you can add 1 aquarium card from your deck to your hand. So the aquarium cards are all continuous spells that help out your Aquaactress monsters, essentially. So there's 3 of these, and it's a level 1. Unfortunately, it's only got 300 attack and defense, but the card you end up pulling out for its effect will help you around it being destroyed. So the next card is, I run 1 Aquaactress Guppy. I'm not crazy about this card. In fact, I almost didn't even run any of them, and I decided to just throw 1 in just to try it out. Essentially all it does is once per turn you can special summon an Aquaactress monster from your hand. So, I mean, it's okay. It can help you with the tribute monster, but it doesn't do anything else. That's the thing I don't like. It's just like once you have the monster out of your hand, you have to have another one in your hand. So like it does work in conjunction with this one, so you can add it to your hand and summon it. But I just found that it's just not as useful. And then the last one of the Aquaactress monsters, like there's only 3 of them so far, and that's the Arowana. So once per turn, you can add 1 Aquaactress monster from your deck to your hand. So I like these 2 because they all add to from your deck to your hand. So, you know, in a pinch, you know, you can always grab this guppy guy anyways. So this one adds them to your hand, this one adds the spell trap, and then each turn. And the good thing is, it's not like when you summon it, it's once per turn. So every turn you're adding cards to your hand, which is really cool. Then because this works on an aqua theme, I threw in 3 Thriving Infecting Virus. You know, this card recently came off the ban list. I believe it was the beginning of the year this card came off the ban list. And it's really good. I mean, you discard 1 card, declare a type of monster, and destroy all face-up monsters of declared type. So as long as your opponent isn't playing Aqua at the same time, you're pretty much going to destroy their monsters, and yours are going to be fine. He does have a 1600 body, but there is some cards in here that boost up the attack. Then to give this deck a little bit of help, I put in 2 Fortune Fairy Sui, which is just a spellcaster 0/0. But the whole point of this one is it's a water monster, and it's something that you can special summon to get some tribute fodder to get your Aquaactress Arowana on the field. So basically, Sui is when you draw her, or add her to your hand, no, when you draw it, I should say, you could reveal it and then special summon it from your hand. It does have an extra effect that you can use. If this card is special summoned from your hand, you could target 1 other face-up monster on the field and banish it until the standbys of your next turn. So that can come in handy. It's like, say you summon your Aquaactress Tetra as well, use the effect, then you can special, you know, then on your next turn, if you draw this card, or through a card effect, if you draw this card, you can banish this to protect it, so your opponent can't do anything. Otherwise, you could just banish one of your opponent's monster. But the whole point of this is just it's a water 0 attack, which is important, and it just adds this tribute fodder. And then the next card is the same idea, Lapis Dragon. It's a water monster, 0 attack, and then if this card is added from your deck to your hand, just like Sui, except it doesn't have to be drawn, so you can just add it. If this card's, and then you can just special summon it. If this card's added from your graveyard to your hand by a card effect, you can reveal this card and special summon it, but then you have to banish it when it leaves the field. So you get to reuse this effect with another card in this deck. And again, it's just to get cards onto the field to tribute for your Aquaactress. And there's more tribute monsters in the form of another aqua monster, Mobius, the Frost Monarch. So really, it's just because it's a big body. It's 2400 attack. It can get rid of spells and traps. Also, your aqua mirror, or aquarium cards, I should say, they get an effect if they're destroyed. So you might even want to destroy your own cards with this guy's effect if your opponent's not playing any spells or traps. But yeah, it's important that he's an aqua monster and he's 2400 beat stick. The whole deck is water, as you noticed so far. Then the last two cards I decided to throw in because you are playing a lot of continuous traps, and that is Dragon Queen of Tragic Endings. This is a fun card. I mean, I at first when I built the deck, I didn't even have this in here, and then I thought, this will kind of work for the deck. So essentially what this does is it cannot be normal summoned or set, and this card can only be special summoned by controlling 3 or more continuous spell cards, which is really easy to do when you get your Tetra out, because you're just constantly adding a continuous spell card to your hand. Plus I play some more other different kinds. When this attacking card inflicts battle damage to your opponent selects and sends 1 card from their hand to the graveyard, so they start losing hand advantage, and then you get to draw a card, which gives you advantage. And then during your standby phase, if this card's in your graveyard and was sent there from the field, you can send 1 continuous spell card from you control and special summon this card from the graveyard. So this guy can almost keep coming back as long as you got the continuous spell cards out. So it's really cool. Anyway, so that's it for the monsters. Very small monster package, I think. It's not that many monsters, but I mean, they do all work kind of off of each other. So let's get to the spells. So for draw power, I started off with just an upstart goblin, because this deck can draw some pretty horrible hands. So you gotta have to like get some cards to help you with that. The next one is 3 Moray of Greed. That's your draw spell pretty much for any water deck. This card is return 2 water monsters from your hand to your deck and draw 3 cards. Now the good thing about this is if you draw your bad hands, you can possibly draw into your Lapis Dragon or your Sui to be able to special summon it. Also, the way that Sui works is if you draw them both on, say, on your opening hand, you can only activate 1, because then the other one misses the timing. So you're kind of stuck with 1 in your hand. Moray of Greed will shuffle it back into your deck, and then maybe another turn, if you activate Moray of Greed, you shuffle it back into your deck, and then you could redraw it. So kind of works. The next card is Salvage, which is why I was saying the water 0 attack was important. This one adds 2 water monsters with an attack of 1500 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Unfortunately, it won't grab your tribe because the tribe is 1600. But what it will grab is your Guppy, if you need it, your Tetras, or your Lapis Dragon. And what's cool about the Lapis Dragon is if you add it to your hand from the graveyard, you get to special summon it. So Salvage will grab this guy out of the graveyard, and then you get to immediately summon him. So that'll help. You could also grab a Sui if you need one, just for blocking or shuffling it back into your hand for Moray of Greed, which is also a good way to do it. You can salvage 2 water monsters, shuffle them back in your hand, draw 3 cards. So really cool. Then the next is your standard Monster Reborn, just because, always a good card. 1 for 1, really just to get quicker access to your Tetras, because they are level 1. So you always want to start off with a Tetra, if you can. And then because we play so many tribute monsters, I play 3 Monarch Stormforth. The good thing is that not only will it help get your Aquaactress, Ariana, it's a weird name. Not only will you get that guy out, you'll get your Mobius out, and if you have to, you can use Lapis Dragon as well, because he's a tribute monster. So just to get rid of your opponent's monsters and put your big guys out on the field. And then we have Parallel Twister. Again, this is another card. I almost had it too, and then I had to take it out due to space. You send one other spell or trap you control to the graveyard, target 1 card on the field, and destroy it. So it kind of gets rid of anything, and it works in conjunction with your aquarium cards, which are next. So the aquarium cards, these are all the ones that you can search out with your Tetra. So the one you're first going to always want to grab is going to be Stage, which is a really good one. This one is basically water monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle with a non-water monster, and then Aquaactress monsters you control are unaffected by your opponent's monster effects. And then if this card is, so they all have their own unique effect, and then they all have this effect. So if this card, this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you could target one aqua type monster from your graveyard, special summon it. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for this turn except for aqua monsters. So you just gotta be careful about the non-aquas like your Sui and your Lappas. But anyways, yeah, so if this card gets sent to the graveyard, you can special summon your tribes, you can special summon your Aquaactresses, or a Mobius. You can grab that as well. And then that Mobius can't be destroyed by battle. And this is where this comes in. You can actually send one of these to the graveyard and then destroy a card and get that effect off. So it's kind of like having monster reborns. The next one is the set, Aquarium set. This would be the next card you'd search for. So all water monsters you control gain 300 attack and defense, and then all Aquaactress monsters you control gain 300 attack and defense. So pretty much your Aquaactress monsters all gain 600, and your regular water monsters gain 3, which is fine. I mean, your Mobius now is going to be 27, so that's pretty big, and if you get 2 of them out, it gets even bigger. And it also has that next effect. If it gets sent to the graveyard, you get the special summon. And then I put in one of the lighting because it's useful to a degree. If an Aquaactress monster you control battles an opponent's monster during damage calculation, your battling monster's attack and defense each become double its current attack and defense during the damage calculation only. So it kind of it helps to get over something that's really big. It gives a little bit of a boost to the smaller ones. I mean, he's 600, but if he had an extra 600 on top of that, plus maybe if you had another one, you'd have more. But really, this card's going to shine with your Arowana, because this thing would be pretty big. I mean, with one of these cards out, it's 2600, and then it doubles. So it can do some pretty good damage. That's why I only put one in there. And then for the last of the spells, March of the Monarchs. Again, it's a continuous spell card, which we use for our Queen of Tragic Endings. So we do have a lot of continuous spell cards, all of these ones. And this one will help any cards that you tribute summon for. So your Mobiuses and your Arowanas, just to build this kind of like protection so they can't be destroyed, because tribute monsters you control cannot be targeted or destroyed by your card effects. So really what's cool is if you get this card out and you get, say, your stage out, they can't be targeted, they can't be destroyed by battle, and if they're an Aquaactress monsters, they get that extra effect. I mean, there's a lot of good synergy with the continuous spells here. And like I said, if anything, it's your Dragon Queen. Now, the thing is, because I'm running these cards and I'm running these cards, they don't like the extra deck, so I didn't really build an extra deck, but you actually could have one if you want. I mean, there are level 4s that you can rank into a level 4 monster, or rank 4 water monsters. And you got the 6s. You got the Mobius the Frost Monarch and your Arowanas. You can go into them. I just found it's just better to have the monsters on the field and just attack as a beatdown style deck. It's really just a fun deck anyways. Anyways, let me know what you think of the deck if you've played these guys before. I mean, this archetype really does need some more support. There's not a lot of Aquaactress, there's just the 3 of them. So, and even with the what do they call, the aquarium cards, there's not many of those either. So that's the deck profile. Throw some comments down below. Let me know what you think, and hope you subscribe. Talk to you later.